You didn't press play just to pass time. You pressed it because something about the global financial system feels unstable. Like the rules everyone depended on for decades are quietly being rewritten while most people are busy arguing about prices and politics. What almost no one notices is that five powerful nations are slowly, deliberately dismantling the financial structure the world has relied on since World War II, not through open confrontation, but through silent preparation. There are no dramatic announcements, no emergency warnings, no breaking news banners, because the most effective shifts in power never arrive loudly. For decades, the global system has revolved around one core idea that trade, reserves, debt, and payments flow through a dollar-based network controlled by a small group of institutions. That system created stability, but it also created dependence. And dependence always turns into vulnerability when trust breaks. Sanctions, frozen reserves, blocked banking access. These moments weren't just political events, they were signals, and countries around the world received them very clearly. The message was simple. If you don't control your money, someone else does. Since then, five nations in particular have been making calculated moves that look harmless in isolation but dangerous in combination. One begins settling energy trade outside the dollar, another steadily converts reserves into physical assets like gold, another builds payment systems that never touch Western rails, another locks bilateral trade deals using local currencies only, and another pushes forward with a state-backed digital currency designed for cross-border use. None of these actions break the system outright, and that's the point. They reduce reliance step by step. This is how real dismantling happens, not by smashing the old structure, but by making it unnecessary. The moment a country can trade, save, borrow, and settle payments without the traditional system, the old rules lose power over it. And here's the part most people underestimate. These nations don't need to coordinate publicly or trust each other completely. They only need to recognize the same risk. Financial control has become a strategic weapon, and no rational government wants to be defenseless. Let me stop here and ask you something directly. Imagine waking up one day and discovering your country's reserves are inaccessible. Your banks can't clear payments, and your economy is pressured from outside decisions you had no vote in. Wouldn't you start building an alternative immediately? That question explains why this shift is happening faster now than at any point in history. Technology has removed the brakes. Digital currencies, instant settlements, automated clearing, and real-time trade tracking allow new systems to form quietly while the old one still appears stable on the surface. And that's what makes this moment so deceptive. To ordinary people, nothing looks broken. Cards still swipe, salaries still arrive, markets still open every morning. But underneath, the financial plumbing is being rerouted. When that plumbing changes, everything connected to it changes too. Interest rates, currency strength, inflation behavior, even where global wealth concentrates. History shows dominant systems don't collapse suddenly, they hollow out. The British pound didn't fall with a crash. It faded as alternatives gained credibility, and by the time the world admitted the shift, it was already complete. The same pattern is playing out now, only faster and more quietly. This isn't about predicting doom, it's about recognizing transition. Every major financial transformation rewards those who understand what's happening before it becomes obvious. Waiting for official confirmation usually means arriving too late. So, the real question isn't whether these five nations are dismantling the global financial system. The real question is whether the system can survive once powerful players no longer need it to function. And now I want your perspective. Do you think this is the early stage of a controlled global financial reset, or just another adjustment the system will absorb like it always has? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you see what's happening beneath the surface, hit the like button so it reaches more people, share it with someone who still believes the financial system can never change, and subscribe to the channel because the biggest shifts in money and power don't come with warnings, and we'll be breaking them down here before the rest of the world realizes they already happened.